All right.
We back. The enemy is trying to destroy season 2.
For real. But
Trying
he
to
ain't gonna
stop
win.
us.
He ain't gonna win. He ain't gonna win. He ain't gonna win. That's right. Wait, what were we talking about again?
We're talking about
interrupted.
Pop the Balloon or Find Love. So we're going to watch the video and we're going to get right back into this conversation because the enemy ain't stopping nothing.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are back with another episode of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, and we've got some beautiful single ladies lined up. Make some noise, ladies. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we have got a group of single men waiting to come out here and meet y'all. So when they come around this corner, they'll come out one by one. If you're feeling him, if he's your type, he checks off all of your check boxes, do not pop your balloon. However, if there's something he said that you're like, oh, red flag, or, you just really can't see yourself dating this guy, go ahead and pop your balloon, and I'll go over to a few of you, see why you ended up popping. You guys ready? Yes. Okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy. Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold this.
How you doing, Arlette?
Good. How are you? Can we get your name?
My name is Brian.
Brian, how old are you?
I'm 40.
40
I'll be 41 in September.
Okay, it's coming up.
Yeah.
And Brian, what do you do?
I'm an aircraft mechanic for a major airline.
All right.
So I fix planes. I want you to get home safe.
We appreciate you. And now, what are some things that you like to do for fun?
Things I like to do for fun? I like trail riding. I live in Houston.
Okay.
I'm from New Orleans, but I like to ride horses. I'm a country guy, okay? I'm still city, but, I like to do country things. I like to read. I'm from the ghetto, but I am a nerd, okay? I like to read. I want to know about things that I don't know, okay? I like to go lounges, right? I like to go to museums. I just like to really have a good time.
Okay, nice. Now, what are some things that you're looking for in a woman?
Transparency, for sure. Transparency.
Okay.
If I can't see who you are when I meet you.
Now watching this over again, this man said he likes transparency in a woman. But ain't nothing about him transparent.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't. Because I feel like he was like, you like ghetto? I'm ghetto. Oh, but wait. You like classy? I'm classy. I'm everything you need, girl. I'm a nerd, but I'm gangster. I go to museums and lounges. I got everything you need, girl. That was his goal. You ain't missing nothing if you get with me. That ain't transparent. Ain't no way in the world.
I'm missing my piece. Because, again, that back and forth. Wait, but what I missed out on mentioning before we were rudely interrupted, I work on airplanes so you can get home safe.
I want y'all to get home safe.
But I thought that's why you work on the airplane, so I can get home safe. Why does that have to be mentioned? Do other people work on the plane so we can die? I mean, unless you're terrible.
What I'm saying, this representative, he had it in his mind that I'm going to be everything you need.
Again, the balloon would have been popped once I saw the walk in with them pants. He couldn't even walk properly, though. The pants was that tight. Did y'all watch the stroll? The stroll was like, I could bend one leg, but can't bend the other. So, like V said, look at how they're dressed looking for love, with the exception of the one on the end. The one on the end looked like she could be looking for love. She's still in the wrong place.
Right.
But she could be looking for love.
Maybe this one with the pink too. Maybe a little bit.
She don't even look like she's supposed to be in that dress. She don't look like she's supposed to be dressed like the one on the end. She don't look. So like, you know what it looked like? It looked like she didn't show up with that. And then, so you know,
they
girl,
said,
we got something for you. Let's go up on this rack. And let's pick this dress up on this rack. You know, it fit. But this wasn't a real stylist because she ain't said nothing, and already I could tell that just from her personality. It's just me. Maybe because I'm getting a little more into fashion. I don't know. But no, what's the name of this show again?
Pop the Balloon or Find Love. This is what they're doing. This is a YouTube dating show.
Okay, so wait. What I asked you, we'll be interrupted. If someone came to you, okay, so you're saying don't do this, but where can I go to find love? I want love. Where can I go to find love?
I honestly would say that you need to find self-love before you start worrying about finding any other type of love. And then you need to get your life right with the Lord, because you don't need to be finding nothing. The Bible says, he who finds a wife. So we ain't supposed to be out here dressing like this with the BBLs and doing all this extra stuff, trying to find love. That ain't how things work. So you already thirsty and lonely and doing too much, which is not gonna find you love. What would you tell them? Shantice, this ain't it. You saying this ain't it. Where I need to go? Where do I need to be to find love?
In the presence of Jesus. Because he's going to help you love yourself. And he's going to help you, as it was said, to understand that you don't find love. I've had to say to Jesus, you going to have to pick me. You already allowed me to see. I don't know how to pick. So you going to have to pick him. And it's a lot more challenging at times because even though I'm not standing on the line with a balloon, you find yourself looking in more ways than one. And it's like, wait, I'm not trying to do the job Jesus is supposed to be doing. Right. I asked Jesus to do, and he put it on my heart to ask him to do. But yeah, sit in the presence of the Lord, because I'm telling you, ever since God said don't date, and it wasn't for every men, but that was the word given, don't date, I've been seeing, and not just with other people, even with the dysfunctions and toxicity within me, why he's like, let me help you, help me, help us. Just don't date. Not only don't date, he had to get particular, like real. Not only don't date, don't sleep with nobody while you're waiting, because you're not really waiting. See, all these things he has to make go in with you. But yeah, this ain't it. This, no. As we said, you look rather thirsty. I wonder how many men they had come out.
It's too much.
This would have been good for me.
It's too much.
After the aircraft, I go to the lounges and the libraries and make sure I get home safe. That would have been it for Shantice. But that's just me. I don't know.
Now, if you praying that Sierra prayer, God ain't sending you to pop the balloon or find love.
Wait, what's the Sierra prayer? What's it?
Sierra was talking about what she prayed for before she found.
The
What's
husband?
his name?
The husband she
Yeah.
ran out? What she prayed for?
I don't remember exactly, but she got into great detail about what her prayer consisted of before she found. What's his name?
Russell Winston.
Oh,
Wilson.
Yes.
Okay.
If you praying for your husband, God ain't sending you to pop the balloon or find love. This ain't it, y'all. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the whole show, the whole concept. This ain't it. This is not it.
No, man.
Speaking of being lonely and desperate, July 11th was Cheer Up the Lonely Day. And I found it very interesting. So we put out a poll on our With All Due Respect TV Instagram page. If you're not following it, go follow it, because you could have been a part of this poll.
Right.
And the poll said, Cheer Up the Lonely Day is coming up. Are you overlooking someone who's lonely? And the question is, what are some low-key signs of loneliness? And I got some very, very interesting feedback. Very, very interesting. Let's find it. All right. So first we did a couple of options. What are some low-key signs of love? And the options were overindulging, whether that's with food, sex, spending, social media, or anything else you can overindulge with. The next option was going out by yourself, being quiet, or trouble connecting with others. And the poll told was 50% of the people who voted said overindulging is a low-key sign of loneliness. And trouble connecting with others, 50% said is a low-key sign of loneliness. But what do you think about these results?
Well, about the results, the overindulging, absolutely, because you need something now to do with your time. So now I do a lot of whatever. I do a lot of the spending. I do a lot of the working. I do a lot of the eating. Whatever your a lot of is. So that makes sense. What was the other one? The other 50%? Oh, when you can't click with
Connect
people,
with others. Yes, trouble connecting with others.
Trouble connecting with others. That just shows that you've been lonely for a minute because now you don't know how to engage with people. So both of those make sense. At first I was like, you have trouble connecting, but yes, because when you know how to be social, it's nothing. You know, as I told someone, I can go anywhere and it could be a professional setting, a casual setting, a church setting, a hood setting, or whatever setting, and I don't necessarily feel like, ugh. We're not talking about like when you're around a certain type of person or people, and it's like, okay, because I don't do that, I don't want to be there. But there's some people who just can't be in a professional setting, just can't be in a hood setting, just can't be in a casual setting. They have to be somewhere where they're talking business or something like that. So it shows when you're isolated, you don't know because you haven't been getting any practice. Right. So it makes a lot of sense. Now, the going out by yourself, I don't know about that one because I used to tease my mother about that. And now I'm an avid go out by myself type person. I have taken myself to dinner and a movie a few times and love the fact that I was by myself. I didn't have to argue or go back and forth about where I was going to eat, what movie I was going to go watch, how soon I came home. If I didn't want to stay out later, I would no. So I actually love it. Now I don't know about vacationing by myself. I'm lying. I just said I don't go by myself. But yeah, so I don't know about the by yourself thing because sometimes you need to be by yourself. But the other two options, I can see why that got the high ratings.
All right. So right before I give my commentary, we got to say hey to our viewers. We got Pastor Stephanie on. We got Anika on. Hey, Pastor. Hey, Anika. We got KL. Hi, Pastor KL. We got Bealish on. Hey, Bealish. Ketty Davis. Hi, Ketty. Hey. And let's read some of the comments. Said he liked to read. He liked to read. Yeah, right. He was nervous. That was a lot of pressure. The whole show is anxiety producing. I agree. You could see he was nervous. That hand was moving. He was talking a little funny. You could tell he was nervous. Wow. What a whack title. The one on the end looks like she's in pajamas. Wow.
See, we trying to get the women not to dress like the other ones. You talking about this one in pajamas.
All right. Pop the balloon. Find love. Where's the connection? There's no connection. I don't know who came up with this and how they thought that these two.
Only thing I can see is like the gong. So it's almost like once you hear that gong go, like you don't see the person do it, but once you're up there doing whatever performance you hear, you like, dang, someone's gone. So I guess they figure, okay, once you hear the pop, you like, dang, wait a minute. So that's the only thing I can, like, I want to humiliate you, which
and that is exactly what it is. And I've seen other clips of the show, and when that balloon popped, and they go to the person and say, "Why did you pop your balloon?" Now it's a back and forth. Oh, I didn't like this that he said. Well, you ugly and your toes is crusty. Like they start like, oh, because that balloon sound done crushed your ego. They done pop that ego.
Popping a balloon with crusty toes though.
It don't even gotta be crusty. They just got their feelings hurt, and now they gonna find something on you to hurt your feelings.
He shouldn't be able to say that.
That's how
he
the
should have
show
to
goes.
dig deep. He should have to say smile, smile, and woke up and say you ain't flaws in between the third and fourth tooth. Something like that. You shouldn't be able to just look and see my dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? That's like me standing up there and my non-edges is showing. Like, what? Wait, see, okay, we talking about the struggle is real. Again, we can't be having too many struggles. We talk about you can't. No, how you going on there trying to humiliate someone and you're easily humiliated? You know that's gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, this show is a mess.
You know you're gonna hurt someone's feelings. So you gotta be on point with everything. Everything about your appearance, you better make sure you don't mispronounce it.
But they try. Look at this. You saw the pictures, you saw the girls, they was out there doing the most. They really thought that they was in their best. But you always gonna find something. You always gonna find something. You always gonna find something. You thought your lace was laid, and now he could come close to you and see
and tell you where it
that thing
starts.
is lifting. Yeah, so you always gonna find something. Somebody said going by yourself is healthy. You don't need to be entertained by others all the time. But it's not about the women. But they do have like the women lined up, and then the men come out, and then they reverse roles. So it's about both.
Ooh.
But in that instance, it was about the man. But I believe it's about to find love, and different men are coming out.
Right.
Then it is kind of.
But that sounds so like putting it in the reverse really sounds crazy.
Yeah,
I'm a woman coming out, and the man pops the balloon on me.
Yeah, they do both. But going back to our poll results, I found it interesting because the trouble connecting with others, it can be tricky because you could be out like you're the life of the party. You don't got no problem talking to nobody. You don't got no problem meshing with everybody. But then, you go home and you still feel lonely. You still feel depressed. So I feel like that's a tricky one because some people can have problems connecting with others, but they're not feeling that loneliness. And others don't have that problem, but they're in a room full of people and still feel lonely. So that's a tricky one. But I found it interesting that nobody chose the quiet or the going out by yourself. But
I kind of felt the same way. I go out by myself. I enjoy myself.
But we got some really interesting feedback.
Oh wait, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, because I almost forgot. Because we did post it, we got some responses. What was the question again?
Low-key signs.
What are some low-key signs of loneliness? Okay. One was having a baby with a broke ninja. That's what the one said. Okay. Then another response was hitting up your ex. Okay. Then another response was drinking alone. Now I felt some kind of way about that too because I used to drink by myself, and it wasn't because I was alone. First of all, I didn't feel like sharing my liquor. That was one thing, and I could afford to drink by myself. So like some people, they can't afford to drink by themselves, but they don't want to drink with other people.
Right.
So it's like I'm gonna act like I want to be around you, or I'm gonna figure out a way to slide away with this bottle. Like no. So I would go and buy my bottle on my way home and be home chilling, watching a movie or doing whatever, and you know what I'm saying? Have a drink, whether it was wine or whatever. But what do you think about the having a baby with a broke person being a sign of loneliness?
I don't know. I've seen some people with some broke individuals. And it's not because they're lonely. It's just because they're willing and they're able, I guess, to stand by him until he reaches his come-up point. So I don't know.
How broke is broke?
I've seen some broke. And they got women that's standing by them. I don't remember what celebrity it was, but there was a story about a celebrity who decided that he wasn't going to do certain things and live a certain lifestyle. He was going to ride a bike or something like that.
Oh, Michael Blackson? Basin. That's a Blackson.
So there,
but that's not broke. That's me choosing to live within my means. I'm a single person. I'm choosing to save my money. So instead of buying a car that's going to cost me more, I'm able to ride my bike to and from work or whatever, and that's what I choose to do. I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no woman. I'm good. That's what I want to do. I can afford to eat the luxury of food. I can afford to go to a matinee if I want. Versus, I'm going out to eat and I ain't got no money. Versus, I'm asking, can I take you out? And I ain't got no money. Versus, I just spent my rent money on these Jordans and I'm 40 years old.
But we gotta look at what the definition of broke means.
That's why I said
women in our generation that because he got money and don't want to give it to you, now he a broke ninja. So
that's what. So for the record, just because he doesn't want to spend his money on you does not make him broke. That makes him smart. Because a real man is gonna pay attention to how you make him feel. If you make him feel like you're worth his money, he's gonna spend his money on you. If you show that you're not worth his money, then he's not gonna spend his money on you. So he ain't broke, you're broke. Because if you care that much that he's not spending his money on you,
you ain't got your own.
Exactly.
Because you broke.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So real quick before we take this break and get to our guest, I wanted to get to what some of our friends on Instagram said. Somebody said, great topic. I don't know really, probably wanting to be by yourself or not wanting to participate in activities that could help. So you're feeling lonely, but you don't want to do nothing with nobody because you don't want the help. Somebody said they had the question. The question, remember, was, what are some low-key signs of loneliness? The person responded, loneliness or beingness.
What? Wait, beingness?
Be, like the cuss word be.
Loneliness or female loneliness?
Yes, this. And I said, LOL, loneliness. They responded, I enjoy being alone. I get stuff done. Loneliness sounds so negative and gay. So my response was, there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Being alone is just doing things on your own. Being lonely is desiring another's company, but not being able to sustain or obtain said company. They said, yeah, I know. Sounds gay.
Don't relax if I was a woman on me.
I don't know how that feels. If a person is that weak and undesirable, they should take that time alone and better their self. Embrace it. Go to the gym. Pick up a hobby like piano. If you're sitting there feeling lonely, that means you have work to do. And being alone is the best time to build a relationship with God rather than desiring company that don't want you.
Wait a minute. How you bringing up God? You just called somebody gay about 3 times.
Listen, people just don't understand the disrespect and the actual definition
of
that word.
You come and ask me a question like, well, first of all, you're gay. But go to the Lord. Because he gonna help you. What? Okay, so that was a man who responded to that. Listen, I'm glad I wasn't suicidal and heard that advice. Because that would have been an icebreaker. That would have been a thing that made me jump off the White Stone Bridge.
And a lot of people just kept saying the difference between loneliness. Oh, I like being alone. I enjoy being alone. I love it. I go to movies, etc. by myself, and I enjoy my alone time in my own space. But there's a difference.
Right, but no one classifies, okay, if I like to be by myself, no one classifies that as lonely.
Right.
Lonely is when you don't choose to be by yourself, but you're by yourself. That's lonely.
But that's the thing. People are not separating loneliness and alone. So you definitely are overlooking somebody who is struggling with loneliness in your circle because you don't even understand that there's a difference.
I don't want to be the other person's circle.
So we definitely got to get it together with this chair of the lonely day because you so busy worrying about being called lonely because you enjoy your own company that you're not there for somebody who's actually suffering with that sadness and that loneliness feeling.
So real quick, B, before we go on this break, how would you cheer up a lonely person now that we've distinguished the difference between the two?
I would be there. A lonely person is desiring company, desiring companionship. So I would give them that desire and be in their presence. And, you know, whatever we need to do, let's talk, let's pray, let's do something together so that you're not. But it got to be consistent. I can't be there on Monday, but I'm going to see you in 2 years because that ain't going to work. So I would just have to be consistent and just being in the presence of that person who is suffering with loneliness. What about you? How would you cheer up a lonely person?
We would go get some buffalo wings. Even if you don't like them, I do. So we will go get some buffalo wings, and that'll help me brainstorm. And then I'll try to figure out what it is that you like to do that I can either do with you or learn how to do with you. So like a common, you know what I'm saying? So let's just say if you like to go to the movies. All right, so you're a movie head. You seen this movie, you seen that movie, okay, come over, let's do this, let's talk about this. I think we have a comment from a viewer.
All right. On that show, one man popped his balloon because he said he couldn't afford her. Yes. Somebody said broke and minimalist are two different things. Absolutely. Solitude is different. Lonely means, I'm not sure. Look at the picture of great time spent. Absolutely.
Great time spent, that's a movie. Okie dokie.
But we're going to take a quick break and we're going to have our first guest of season 2. So we will be right back. We are back with Sweet Tea, Tiffany J. Hey, Tiff. So Tiffany is a Mocktail Mixologist. She is a licensed, they call it, or certified? Okay, a licensed and certified bartender. And we're going to talk to her today about the loneliness topic and the Alcohol Awareness Month topic. So let's start with what we just got finished discussing, the loneliness topic. What did you think about some of those responses?
I agree with some of them and I didn't agree with some of them.
So what do you think are some low-key signs of loneliness?
I agreed with the part when they were talking about like craving someone else's
companionship.
Yeah. Or I guess having a baby with a broke guy. But like y'all said, sometimes you just like fall in love with one and then you just wait for them to get their stuff together. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, but then again, if you are not lonely, then it's like you could just leave him alone and let him do that on his own. Because usually that's how it's supposed to go. So.
Interesting. What did you think about the poll results that said low-key signs of loneliness, 50% being overindulging? Do you have somebody in your mind right now who you would categorize as lonely?
Not really. Okay. I don't know anyone that's like so lonely that they don't have anybody to hang out with.
Okay. Well, what would you think about the overindulging? Do you agree that is a low-key sign of loneliness? Somebody who's overeating, someone who's overly sexually active, can't put down the phone. Is that a low-key sign of loneliness in your book?
Yeah, I guess I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, what about the trouble connecting with others? 50% said that that is a low-key sign of loneliness.
I think loneliness could play a part, but I don't think that's like the only. I don't think that's the only like. If you're lonely, then you can't communicate with people. I don't agree with that.
Okay. All right. So as a bartender, you have been out in the streets.
Yeah.
You've seen some things. What does that look like out here when you're doing your job? What does loneliness look like out there at these bars, at these lounges?
When someone is lonely, they are like the most loudest person in the room. Yeah, like they want to be seen. They want somebody or everybody at the bar to like notice them or talk to them, have conversation. Sometimes they'll like just walk up to a random person and try to have conversation with them. And they do be talking the bartender's ears off. Wow. A lonely person would talk your ear off. So that's what I be seeing.
Now you bartend in restaurants, lounges, clubs.
I've bartended at a lounge. Okay. Yeah, I would say it was a lounge/restaurant.
Lounge/restaurant. Yeah. Okay, so the vibes in there is a little mixed because when you're bartending at a restaurant, you get the people who lounge. You sit and lounge at the bar. At the club, you got a whole lot of different people coming and going.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that yet.
You haven't experienced the club one yet. Yeah. Okay. So now with the lounges, that's where you're, like you said, you're really able to see the loudness. So now you want to sit here in one of my bar seats and talk to me like you ain't got nowhere to go.
Like I'm their best friend or something.
Do a lot of them come in already intoxicated, or do they now just get started?
I don't even know. I mean, you could tell when someone's really, really drunk, but I personally can't tell if someone already been drinking.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not too sure about that.
Okay.
Now, are these lonely people good tippers?
Honestly, it varies because sometimes they'll drink and be a happy drunk, and sometimes they'll like find something to get mad at, and then they won't want to tip you. So it really varies. It depends on the person.
But they pay that tab though. Oh,
sometimes.
God. She gotta fight with them to pay the tab?
Yeah, sometimes they try to run off on the tab. Wow. Yeah.
Drunk? How fast you running? How fast you?
They be trying to walk. Sometimes they be trying to walk.
As if they already left something.
Yeah, like as if they already paid or something. Yeah, I've had that before. Like they was acting like they were so drunk that they, I could have paid already. No, you didn't. Come back.
Oh my goodness.
Now that was more of the responses I thought we would get, because to me, that's a low-key sign of loneliness. When you out and you're the loud one, you talking to everybody, you want so much attention. It's because you're not getting the attention and you feel lonely. So you're trying to get this attention now while you can, because you know when you leave, you're going right back to loneliness.
Or the ones who now want to buy drinks
for everybody.
For everyone, or the people around them. And it's like, oh, what are you drinking? Buy them. Buy them. It's like,
put it on my tab.
Exactly. Yes. And it's like, okay, so this what we doing. So I think that's another good side of low-key loneliness.
Yes. All right, so before we get into this Alcohol Awareness Month, I came across a video from a doctor who gives some low-key signs of loneliness. So let's check that out.
5 hidden signs of loneliness. You're scrolling on your phone even when you're surrounded by people. Often that's because you're struggling to connect with them in person. You constantly feel tired and don't sleep well. You become overly attached to material possessions and buying new things that you don't need. You make the effort to socialize, but when you do, you feel like you don't belong and no one really gets you. You block out those horrible feelings with things like binge watching TV. Binge watching TV.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that we talked about came up with Dr. Julie. What do you think, Shanti? She calling you out? It looks like she calling you out.
I think my mother's low-key lonely. Because every time you turn around, she got a new Amazon package. She looked like Julie here. I was like, do you own stock in Amazon? What is happening? But you know, it makes a lot of sense if you don't know the person. You know, I know like once she stopped working, oh my goodness, she didn't buy every type of crock pot, blender, but that's because she got into her, I got more time to focus on eating better, doing this, doing that, I'm gonna do it. So I understood where that was coming from because I know her, because I spent time around her. But for someone else, of course, you're looking like, well, why every time I turn around, you buying? And a lot of times when people do that, they don't use half the stuff they buy. They just buy it and it either sits in the box unopened, or they open it, might use it once and put it back, or they just got this whole part of their house that look like an episode of Hoarders. And it's just a whole bunch of stuff sitting there, and it's like, okay, so you're not gonna use any of this, but yet they're buying something else. So that one really stood out.
What about you, Tiff? Which one stood out the most to you?
Being on your phone while you're out. I mean, I wouldn't agree because I do that. And I wouldn't say I'm a lonely person. Maybe the event is just boring.
Do you go to this boring event with other people?
Yeah. I usually don't go out by myself.
So why not you and the people you came with, or the person you came with, you know, talk and make your own fun? Why are you on the phone instead of interacting with the people that you came with?
I don't know. I ain't never think of it like that.
You're just paying attention to where y'all are and how that is whack.
Yeah, basically.
Girl, let me tell you real quick, right? Me and my friends went to a club. We gonna go party. We find out, no offense, it was an Indian party. It was only 7 of us black people in this party. The music was the worst. No, we paid our $20, so we made our own party in one corner. Cause it was like, listen, they ain't giving us no refund. So we had to make the best, and that was one of the best times we had, because we wasn't letting our $20 go to waste. Right. So we had to do whatever we had to do to make it fun. But we didn't think of that automatically. It was once we realized we were going to get our $20 back, that's when we said, all right, so what we going to do? We're going to jam to this Michael Jackson that's mixed with that other beat that we don't know nothing about, and we're going to get down, and we're going to utilize this $20 each. So it's kind of like a learned behavior.
I think the one that stood out to me is the always tired. That's an interesting one, because we spoke about physical and mental health and how your lack of physical health can play a part in the decline of your mental health and have you always feeling tired. So for that to be a low-key sign of loneliness, it can easily be overlooked.
But you know what? That and the binge watching to get, because there are times I'm like, I want to watch something. And out of all the streaming services we have, I can't find nothing to watch that makes me feel like I'm good with watching this. And then after a while, I'm feeling like, because you ain't going to business watching that. You should be doing this, and you should be doing that, and you should be praying, and you should be reading. Or did God tell you to go call that person, and you keep telling him no? Like, so it's like you're trying to avoid, like she said, you're trying to avoid those feelings, whatever, by binge watching something, and that's why nothing feels settling. Right. And I'm still, okay, I'm in Netflix. I jump out of Netflix, go to Hulu. Jump out of Hulu, go to Paramount. Jump out of Paramount, go to Peacock. It's like, I can't find nothing, and I'm like, I'm watching this. Even if it's a repeat. It's like, because I never been watching no TV. So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, somebody said loneliness comes with sadness. How can it not?
Yeah.
How can it not?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. I thought that was good because we really can overlook a lot of these signs. It's just so normal nowadays to be on your phone all the time. that nobody would think I'm scrolling so much because I'm lonely.
Right.
So I really thought that was good. So pay attention to these signs. Maybe you don't consider yourself lonely, but if this fits you, maybe you're too antisocial and you need to get it together. Maybe it's a different kind of lonely. Somebody said, I can't watch a movie by myself. I need the company of my wife or friends. Is that loneliness? What do you think, Tiff? Not being able to enjoy things on your own, is that a sign of loneliness?
I don't want to say yeah, but it could be, I guess.
It could be.
It sounds like it, because why you can't watch a movie without somebody?
What you think, Shanti?
You're lonely. You're lonely. And I say it like that too because, again, we have to understand and have that healthy balance between I understand when I need to spend time with me and when I should be social. Even if it's my spouse. I know, and I know so many like people who are age who either were married or is married, whatever. And it's like, I cannot wait until you leave for the day. And not because I don't love you, but I want that time where I'm just like, I got my own show I want to watch sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to, ain't nothing worse sometimes than, okay, we both watching Power together. But for whatever reason, you ain't watched this episode. Now I can't watch it until you here to watch it with me. So now I can't go on social media because I don't want to run into any spoiler alerts because you ain't. Sometimes it's just like, it feels good. Okay, I got my shows I watch with you. I got my shows and my movies I watch with myself. Gotta have a balance. So yeah. What do you think?
I would say yes. I think it goes back to what I was just saying before, that if you fit this, that you need to look at yourself because this can be a problem. It's the same thing. If you cannot stand being alone, that's a problem. I don't know if the problem would be categorized as loneliness, but there's definitely a problem there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna quickly go into the awareness of the month, which is alcohol awareness. We're gonna have a transparency moment. I heard. What we doing? What's the transparency moment?
Pass me that bottle, please. Pass me that bottle, please. Thank you. My transparency moment is that I didn't realize I was a functioning alcoholic until God said stop. I thought I was just drinking socially, because I was. A lot of these bad habits start off being social. It's like, all right, I'm going out. I party literally every single day of the week. Every day of the week. So I was drinking every day of the week. I knew it was bad when I started drinking at work. And I was a server. And I would ring in drinks and then hide it behind the service station. While serving food to guests. That's when I was like, all right, I think I might have a problem. But no, I don't, because I ain't stumbling. I'm not bringing in the wrong stuff. I'm not cursing work. I'm not missing work. I'm not cussing out the people who tip me $2 on a $200 check. You know what I'm like? Or if I do, I would do that somewhere. You know, like, I didn't see nothing wrong with it until the Lord said it's time to be 0% alcohol in your system and for your body to be an alcohol-free zone. And that's when you know you got a problem. When all these people, that's what they always say, especially like the drug addicts, I can stop at any time. So stop right now. Okay, not today. But tomorrow I'm gonna stop. You can't stop. Because it's not about your choice anymore. You have gotten your body conditioned. And it's only by the grace of God that I didn't start going through withdrawals. Like if I don't have a shot in the morning, or if I don't drink today, then now I'm shaking, I have to turn. I didn't go through any of that. It was just a lot more like the mental. Like I couldn't go anywhere and not have a drink. Anywhere. And I had to really like look up the definition of research functioning alcohol. I'm like, I don't want to be putting claims on something that I'm not. Like I don't want. And after a heavy deal of research and prayer, it was like, no. And you think you're not an alcoholic because you're functioning. But that's what a functioning alcoholic is. Like we said, you still go to work. You're still social. You're still good with being by yourself. You're still used to doing the things you do if you had no alcohol in your system. But you're a functioning alcoholic. And it is sad when God allows you to see these things, but you don't want to pay attention to it.
Right.
You know, because you still try to rationalize in your mind. That's not my hand. That's not. No, you are. You are. So when you brought up that this one was alcohol, I was like, dang. And it's still a choice you have to make every day. I have not had anything to drink since the end of 2017. And still there are times I'm like, okay, you looking at that bottle a little too long. Or if I go to a restaurant, why are you looking at the wine list? They got buffalo wings on that list? They got mashed potatoes on that list? No. It's still a choice that you have to make. And let me just show you how my tolerance level is all the way back to when I first started drinking. We had Thanksgiving dinner and someone brought over a bottle of wine with like 5% alcohol content. And I was like, oh, okay, I can drink. You would have thought I had shot after shot after shot. I was like, okay, I want nothing to do with nothing. So yeah, this alcohol, let God really tell you what your content in your body is before you start telling him, no, that's not me. That's not me. The awareness is real. I think we don't pay attention to the awareness word in these awareness months enough. Become aware of what you are and what you're consuming. It's real.
That's for real, because that awareness, I was just talking to Tiffany on the way here, and I'm like, you know how people get drunk and they can't really remember the foolishness they did? But God allowed me to remember the foolishness. And that's how I knew that he ain't want me in that lifestyle. And I have that in my family already, that addiction, that alcohol addiction, and probably some other substances as well. And God was really showing me what I could possibly become if I continued. And it was just like, oh, it's my anniversary. Let's get a bottle of wine. Oh, I had a bad day at work. Let's get a bottle of wine. Oh, we going out to dinner. Let's drink. And it was just like I couldn't do nothing without something. And that's when I was like, nah, this is too much dependency. I can't even enjoy my anniversary without being tipsy, without feeling intoxicated. There's something wrong there. There's something wrong there.
You're right. It could be anywhere. We go to a bowling alley. Oh, we get to drink. Why?
Right.
Well, how are you supposed to bowl properly and you drinking?
Right.
Do you see anything wrong with that, Tiffany? Like it doesn't matter where you go, you're looking for a drink.
Honestly, I feel like if you feel like you can't do nothing without a drink, then it's a problem.
Right.
But if you just like choosing to want to feel a little tipsy while you're doing something, then I'm not saying it's okay, then that's your choice. But I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I feel like if you need it, then it's a problem. Like if you need the drink to accomplish something, then it's a problem.
Now,
is it a choice?
I was just about to say, like, does it become a need? Like, so let's say for the month of July, we just so happen to go out every single weekend. And every single weekend, we going to different places. And no matter where we go, I'm like, hold on, Tiffany, where's the bar?
Right.
Everywhere we go, we cannot get our foot in the door before I'm like, wait, where's the bar? We could go to the library.
Right. Yeah. Right. So you definitely got to pay attention to, is this a choice?
Right.
Or is this dependency?
Right.
And if it's dependency, you have a problem. And that's why we are an alcohol-free show. So we're going to take a quick break, and Tiffany is going to share some virgin drink recipes with us. We're going to take a quick break, and Tiffany is going to share some mocktail drink recipes with us. We will be right.
So we are here at Buffalo Wild Wings This is called a passion fruit mojito. He is hating because look at my drink and then look at his drink, and mine is spirit free, meaning there is no alcohol in it, but there's alcohol in it. And now he wants what I have, but with alcohol. But this isn't meant to be with alcohol. See how they be trying to bite? Knock my drink. I bet mine tastes better too. This is banging. He's mad.
Nobody's mad.
He's not mad. He's just a hater. Passion fruit mojito at Buffalo Wild Wings. Everybody, it's your girl Shantice
And your girl V.
and you're watching With All Due Respect with Shantice and V. Okay. We are back, y'all, and we are about to have some amazing mocktails. Those are virgin cocktails. Virgin cocktails, okay? that Tiffany J is getting ready to make for us. I am very excited.
So what's the first mocktail you're gonna make for us today, sweet tea?
Okay, so the first drink is called sparkling ginger. So first we start with a simple syrup at the bottom of each glass. Not too much, just a little bit, maybe like 2 or 3 drops. Okay. Then next you're gonna add some Powerade. Fill it up at least maybe to the half. You do this before the ice so you know like how much Powerade to pour. Okay. After this, you're gonna add the ice. Okay.
I need a lot of ice now. This is summertime.
I already like this drink because it got Powerade in it.
Are you be drinking Powerade?
Yes, because I work with kids and they always getting me sick, and I'm always feeling drained. So I like to drink the Powerade to kind of replenish my electrolytes. So already this is, yes, especially since it's summertime. We be having the air conditioner on full blast and chasing after these little ones. I still be sweating and drained. Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling the Powerade.
The ginger helps too with kids because you know kids are carrying a lot of germs.
Mm-hmm. Now ginger ale is the black person's medicine, and I
for
heard
real, for everything.
For everything. And I heard that it don't even do what people say that it do. But if you believe it,
I was just about to say, because I'm gonna still grab that ginger ale. My stomach start hurting. That becomes a little too frequent.
Yeah.
So keep the truth. That's good. Okay. What we got going on?
Okay. Next, you fill the rest of the cup up with the ginger ale.
Ooh. I'm looking kind of fancy.
And the last step, you add a little glitter for garnish, because you never serve a drink without a garnish.
Oh, okay. That's that license.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that certification.
Oh, that license/certification tip going on there.
You just spoon.
Yeah.
Stir it up. Okay.
Just sprinkle a little bit, not too much.
So pretty. I'm gonna come close so y'all can see. What's this drink called again?
Sparkly ginger.
Sparkly ginger. Y'all see the sparkle? Y'all see this, bro?
Oh, I do. Wait a minute. You gotta see it right here. We gotta put on the certified eyes and see this here. See, it's going around.
Bring it down.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, wait.
All right, so we gonna taste it.
My bad.
This is good, and it's pretty. My kind of drink.
And I actually give you your props to the tea because I don't really like the taste of ginger. This is good.
Thank you.
This is good. Don't worry, team. Y'all gonna get a taste after.
She making me happy. I switched to someone.
One more time, give us the name.
Sparkly ginger.
Sparkly ginger. This is really good. This is really good. I'm gonna hold on to mine. What's the next drink you gonna make for us?
The next drink is a virgin strawberry tonic.
Virgin strawberry tonic.
Wait a minute now.
Instead of drinking these drinks that's killing you, that's bad for your health, bad for your body,
and draining you.
Yes.
Because it's hot and you drinking all that alcohol and wondering why you waking up on the sidewalk. Get it together.
Get you some sparkly ginger that's healthy, refreshing, and pretty.
Okay, here I'm just starting off with some ice. I'm gonna try to put it halfway.
Okay. Make sure y'all can see what she's doing over here. Outside of the simple syrup, strawberry syrup, we got some real healthy drinks here.
No, seriously.
We got the ginger ale, and the Powerade. We got the salsa water and the pineapple juice. People love some pineapple juice up in the bar. I never understood it.
That's because
It goes well with.
pineapple and vodka took you a long way.
Now we got pineapple and salsa water. Gonna take it even further.
I'm about to say, we about to see the lengths that this is gonna take us.
Okay. First, we're gonna start with some salsa water. About 6 ounces. I'll say about half the cup.
Since she said the ounces, that means she's licensed. Only that's licensed.
Next, we're gonna do 1 ounce of pineapple juice.
You got the utensils and everything. What's this thing called?
Measure. It's called the licensed certified tool.
It is. It's a measuring cup.
Yeah. And this is why a lot of people don't like drinking at the restaurants, because they have to measure everything. So once they see this, they get mad. We're not at a club. They're gonna measure.
And you also need 1 ounce of strawberry syrup or grenadine.
So Mariah, this is what they put in your Shirley Temple.
For any Mariahs out there, you want to save $1. This is what they put in your Shirley Temple. Make it at home.
Sorry. Yes. We're just showing you the grenadine.
You are supposed to garnish, like I said, always garnish. You're supposed to garnish with a strawberry, but I forgot it.
We gonna do this right.
It's in the fridge.
We're prepared. So are these recipes that you learned to make while working, or did you come up with these recipes?
No, I came up with them, yeah.
So
I looked some recipes up and I found some and I made my own little twist.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's that license.
Right.
And that certification kicking in.
Right.
Yeah. So now you just cut. You could take a whole strawberry or half a strawberry.
Yeah, let's move them stuff so they can see what you're doing. Some people need the step by step.
Just cut it a little bit at the tip and just stick it on to the cup.
Pretty. Again, another healthy drink.
And that's it.
What they say, shaking, not stirring, stirring, not shaking.
Shaking, not stirring.
This is good. Let me tell you, I hate salsa water.
I do too.
Hate it. Hate it. I don't know how people drink it, but this is delicious. We got our producer in the back with her arms folded because she loves salsa water. I don't understand it, but I can get behind some salsa water.
You know why? Because she wants soda, but she don't. She likes the acid, but no sugar. That's like, no, this is.
Now give us the name one more time.
A virgin strawberry tonic.
Virgin
Mocktail. Okay, we make sure we put some emphasis on it. Y'all need to make sure y'all put sweet tea in the comments. And maybe are you willing to share your recipe?
Of course.
To help it be
and she's for hire.
She said not a secret. Listen, but your contribution will help for there to be less drunk drivers out on the road.
And she's for hire.
Yes.
What do they call it? Not the indie, but what's another word for people who are self-employed? Freelance. So if you're having an event and you want a mocktail mixologist,
a mocktail mixologist, make sure
Tiffany.
Yes.
You can find her. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
My Instagram is Sweet Tea Bev. The Bev is spelled B-E-V. So it's S-W-E-E-T and then another T E-E-B-E-V.
All one word.
Yeah.
No underscore. Get it right. We're going to put that up on the screen. Sweet Tea Bev for hire. If you are having a baby shower, gender reveal, I know. But whatever you're doing, and it's summertime. It's summertime, so if you're throwing a barbecue, if you're having a picnic and you want to be catered in the Bev department, hit up Sweet Tea. She got you with the mock. Did I do it right that time?
Yeah.
The mock.
You gotta put the lid on. Yeah, you did it right. And I'm trying to slip her extra money on the side so she can put alcohol in it.
So hit her up, Sweet Tea Bev on Instagram, and hire her for your next event. These drinks are delicious. Again, I hate.
You gotta lean back.
I hate
salsa
water, but this is really good. Both drinks, no lie, delicious.
Yeah, thank you. I know you're on camera.
Thank you.
I know she might
I told them to be honest.
But if this was nasty, I wouldn't lie to her.
But you know what? Pass that orange soda that's back there, please.
This is very good.
Very good. Thank you so much for being with us, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and we have to have you again because God willing, we will have some indie artists, brand owners on the show.
Now, I've been talking to Shantice about us doing our own event for the summer. With all due respect, we're networking or something, and we are definitely going to have Sweet Tea as our mocktail mixologist. So make sure you're following us on all social media with All Due Respect TV, on Instagram with All Due Respect, on Facebook, Coach for Christian Life, any of those pages that are connected to us, because that event is coming before the end of the summer, and you might be able to taste these sweet tea drinks at our next event, or our first event, God said.
That's right.
These were delicious. We're going to take one more break to clean up a little bit. Maybe share with our team. I don't know.
That imposter. I don't know if she should do that.
And we're going to be right back. Cheers!
Bitter. Yeah. Oh my goodness, girl. Why you still got more than me?
I don't know. I'm running around helping out too much, doing too much for the team. Maybe they don't deserve these sweet tea beds after all.
I'm just saying. Does that cough mean that you trying to get one too?
Trying to get some attention. We hear ya.
Right.
Yours is coming.
That cough mean?
All right, so now we got our, with all due respect. Oh, we got to do the What Does God Say segment. And that is where we take anything and everything that we talked about and we put that stamp from God's word on it. What you got for us today, Shanti?
Oh my gosh. I honestly really could not I'm going to say gravitate. My favorite verse just kept coming to mind, especially when we spoke on with a What the Street Saying segment and how Bad Boy Records is such a humongous part of our culture. So we're just gonna, and our Romans 12:2, don't succumb to the traditions and the culture of this world.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I want to, let me get another verse too. But that culture was just like, so we really gonna ignore what's happening? Are we really doing this? No, listen, God says to pay attention to what he has us doing. But if we just pay attention, this culture ain't doing nothing for us. I don't see how I can pay a bill with the culture. Now, maybe it's just me. I can't retire on the culture.
Yeah.
I can't become a beneficiary of the culture.
Can't eat off the culture. School is expensive.
That's why it's under luxury. Okay? So while we're focusing on the culture, when you're focusing on the culture of Bad Boy Records, he over there beating people in the hotel hallway. That's what happens when we focus on the culture and the culture only. And then we can't pick and choose what part of the culture we want to defend and what part of the culture we want to... Listen, no, we can't do that. So Romans 12:2, especially in the Amplified version, make sure you meditate on that because that is just so thorough and in-depth with making sure we allow God to tear us away from the mentality of these streets because it keeps you blinded.
Give us that verse one more time.
Romans 12:2, but especially read it in the Amplified version. Have to read it in the Amplified version. You have to. Like all the versions are good, but that version, because the wording is just like, oh, hold on, let me. I was like, I know they remember from last time, but let's pull it up again real quick. Because the wording is just so, and that's why I love the Amplified version. The Message version of the Bible, I call that the Ebonic version. That's when it's like, the hood way that we speak. But Romans 12:2, Amplified version reads, and do not be conformed to this world any longer with its superficial values and customs, but be transformed and progressively changed as you mature spiritually by the renewing of your mind, focusing on godly values and ethical attitudes, so that you may prove for yourselves what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect in his plan and purpose for you. Okay? So focusing on what others are doing for our nationality or age group or whatever, but we're negating everything else is whack. You can't.
And that ties in perfectly with the verse that I chose for today, focusing on the Cheer Up the Lonely Day. And just the responses we got for the question of what are some low-key signs of loneliness. I chose Hebrews 13:5, which says, in the New King James Version, let your conduct be without covetousness. Be content with such things as you have. For he himself has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So you are not alone. And if you're feeling lonely, one good thing that came from the responder who kept using that G word was this is the time for you to get to know God. Don't be coveting what somebody else has. All the time we look at these social media relationships and we want what they have, not knowing what's going on behind closed doors. So let's not be coveting anybody's relationship, anybody's personality, and how they can maneuver around the crowd without feeling lonely, because you don't know how they feel when they go home. So let's just remember that you are never alone, because God will never leave you nor forsake you. And if you are feeling lonely, hit up some godly people that's going to point you in the right direction and help you with this feeling. So that's what we got for the What Does God Say? And now we're on the With All Due Respect segment, where we close out the show with a With All Due Respect remark. And remember, we want y'all to put in the comments too, what is your With All Due Respect remark from today's episode? What you got, Shanti?
With all due respect, stop popping balloons and pop up in church. Right? We gotta get this together. We gotta rise as a people. Like, come on, we cannot be thirsty. Women, it's just things look so much worse when we do it. It's one thing when it's a thirsty man, but when you're a thirsty woman, it just really looks like you can't stop people killing yourself because now they do it. We gotta really just come to terms with what God has for us to do, because while you thinking you looked all polished, a real person sees right through that. So with all due respect, pop up where you're supposed to be. Don't be popping bottles. Don't be popping balloons. Don't be trying to pop up behind somebody at the ATM trying to get the receipt so that you got more money. Listen, pop up at church so that your life can truly be fulfilling, and you can look at other people on a line on a YouTube show at that. The show wasn't even good enough to make sense. I don't want to say good enough. Because we're dope and we're not on the major network. But pop up where you're supposed to be. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Real quick, let me read these comments. God is making sure the taste for it is completely gone. Talking about the alcohol, where you were saying that it just wasn't for you. Define need. Yes. Talking about Tiffany and that choice, where people were saying they choosing it. Pass me one through the screen. I got you.
The way my glass is set up, I can't pass. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'll have some, please. I really like Shirley Temple's. Yes, seltzer is a great soda substitute. And again, somebody put Tiffany's Instagram, Sweet Tea Bev. Make sure you hit her up. So my with all due respect remark for today's episode is, with all due respect, damn the culture. The man is wrong. Learn how to correct people and stop condoning this nonsense. As much as you might have been with him in the gym, you don't know the full story. Because nobody believed Cassie when she was talking.
Exactly.
Until that video came out.
Exactly.
So stop. Damn the culture. Let's make it a point to correct people when they're wrong. And if you don't know everything, which you don't be standing behind nobody, because now you're going to come back and have to apologize for somebody else's wrongdoing. So that's my with all due respect.
They're going to stand up with them until they win that commentary. Stand up for that. Nobody will stand on that line and get on that Rikers bus.
Right. So make sure you're following us once again on YouTube. What's the YouTube page again, Shanti?
A Closer Walk Christian Talk Show YouTube page. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so your notifications can be turned on and you can catch us live. Now, because this is our summer edition, our dates are a little added on. So you have to make sure you stay posted so that you can always be notified as to when the next time we're going to go live.
Yes, and make sure you're following us on Facebook, with all due respect. On Facebook, with all due respect, TV on Instagram.
Yes.
And before we go any further, we got to shout out the conference that's coming up. If you missed last week's episode, you missed the announcement, so we're going to make sure you did it this episode.
Yay.
July 27th. Yes. We got Breaking the Yoke Conference. The theme is The Struggle is Real. You're going to be able to catch your girl V
And your girl Shantice.
At the conference. So make sure you go and buy your tickets. Again, July 27th, Breaking the Yoke Conference. The struggle is real. The color theme for this conference is Shades of Blue. So put on your best blue dress, your best blue outfit, and come out and join us. There's some dope people who are going to be presenting. This is our second annual Breaking the Yoke Conference.
Yes. On the same YouTube page, scroll down a little, and you can see all the content from last year's conference. Powerful is not the word, and I'm so excited to see with everyone. And just because it's a women's conference, men were in attendance last year, and men are invited this year. So, like V said, men, we don't want to see you no blue dress. Make sure you put on your blue slacks if you want to wear a blue suit, any shade of blue, whatever it is. And the tickets are only $45. So pop up here. Pop up here. It's only $45. You're not gonna act like we don't spend $50 at the corner store. Okay? Right. So make sure you contact us. Put in The Struggle is Real in the comments. Purchase your tickets tomorrow night to the Sabbath. Reach out, purchase your tickets, and oh my goodness, from what I'm hearing from Pastor Steph, who's the founder, the organizer, the host of this event, the topics that she has been receiving from the presenters are like, whoa. So I'm really looking forward to that this year.
Yeah, so make sure you go and purchase your tickets. We will make sure to put the link on every social media outlet. So make sure you're following us. And the proceeds to the tickets go to the second part of the conference, which will be held in September of this year. Official date to come, and that is the Carnival of Love, where we will be giving away so many dope things, fantastic things, wonderful things, all for free.
Yes.
So the proceeds of part of your ticket price will go to funding the Carnival of Love. But make sure you come out and join us. You come out and be blessed. July 27th. All right? Don't miss an opportunity to be blessed. And we just heard Sweet Tea might be there. So if you miss this opportunity, you're going to be missing out on the live.
Wait, that means more drinks for us?
Yes, girl.
More mocktails for us. Oh, that was amazing. Tonight was amazing. Again, we give a special thanks and shout out to Sweet Tea. Special thanks and shout out to our executive producer, Pastor Steph, our caterer, Tiffany Davis, that is responsible for all of the food that our producer tricked me into eating so that I showed up to the set late. Thankful for our set designer, our assistant production manager. Tonight was just amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you follow us, subscribe, so that you can get the next date as to when we will be live this summer. God willing, is going to be our pack.
Before we go, we are giving some spotlight to young entrepreneurs, to indie artists, whatever field you're in. We did it today with Tiffany, who is not a millennial. What comes after millennials? What's her generation? Gen Z, a young entrepreneur, a young freelancer. We wanted to make sure we spotlighted her tonight. So if you have anyone out there who is an indie artist or of any sort, let us know. Send us their info so we can hit them up and we can possibly have them on the next episode.
That's right.
But we thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you follow us on all social media so you know when to catch us next time. Have a great rest of your night. Happy Sabbath. Bye.